Hello Internet, Josh Thinny T.S. Tanner here, the internet's worst critic impersonator. Today I'm going to be doing an album review of my own album. I'm also going to be putting it in a tier list because that algorithm. And also just because I'm an egotist and I want to, well, this is why I'm doing a review of my own album. I'm an egotist and I want to talk to you about my own songs. So, sorry, this is going to be completely self-indulgent and I'm just going to be advertising my products. But, I don't know, I just wanted to. Alright. So, starting off with number 1. The track is called Immediacy. I don't know where I want to put this. Because it's, 28 seconds, I think, the total runtime of the track. I should probably move this microphone a little bit. Sorry for that disruption in the audio. So, 28 seconds, it's about... When I wrote it, I thought, I was just having an epiphany. I'm like, this is really cool, this is really good. So, first lyric is, immediacy, I need everything right now. It's a song about how we consume content and need everything at the moment, and it's like, don't you dare slow this down, as in, I can't deal with just if somebody's talking really slow in a video like I'm doing right now, you can't, it's like, I need it, just get to the point of what you're saying. Censor that out. I want to see everything in my field of view right now, as in, I concentrate on multiple screens at once. I'll be listening to music, playing a game, and I'll have a podcast on all at the same time. Conversation really bores me. I have much better things to do with my time than listen to people just kind of chat. So, I think, it's polyrhythms as well. It's got a 5/4 do 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 on the piano. I can't remember what the tuning is, but I tuned it to basically the notes of a chord and just went and then it's got some synths with a lot of white noise on it, and then I put a flanger on that because I really like a white noise with a flanger, because then you get a full frequency spectrum as you're going up and down. So if I were to be a music critic, then I would say it's got some inventive production, it's got some technical music-y bits, it's got some social commentary. I think I'm going to put it in B, because I'm not really comparing myself to other people here. I'm just thinking the rest of these songs. There are some S tier songs on here. I think there's maybe 2 S tier songs, but we'll see. Yeah, and there's like an A tier. Yeah, because this is not my finest work by any stretch of the imagination. I have albums written, and I half recorded, that are way better than this. But my thinking is, I have 38 subscribers at the time of recording. Thank you very much for subscribing, but I'm not going to release my magnum opus when I've only got a handful of people watching and listening. But yeah, so I think putting that in B tier, that's decent. I don't actually wear glasses like this. I'm not a massive hipster, so I can't actually see. I have to laptop screen, where are we? Here we go. Right, this one, so it's firmly like a punk song. It's I wrote it when most of the time when I'm writing a punk song is when I'm in a cheeky, playful mood, but I'm just really pissed off. And that's one of these. And it's usually, again, not my finest work. Immediacy, to be fair, I think that is actually quite good. In my opinion, that's quite a good piece of art. But as a song, would you go and listen to it again? Probably not. But this, you could listen to it again. It's a song. It's 3 minutes or something like that long. And it's not got a chorus. it's literally just me ranting and just going, I love my and the vocals are literally just no, because I was just yeah. I don't know. It was just like being pissed off. I'm too pissed off to even like start singing. I'm not, because I was thinking I sampled the national anthem. Hopefully, I'm not going to get sued by the Crown for that. But yeah, I was thinking I could do the vocal melody, but I'm like no. I just thought it's funnier. But yeah, it comes off as with some of my punk stuff. I think Sally is a Fascist didn't come off as too preachy. There's the rap section, and rap, it's like white boy rap, and I think that comes off as a bit preachy, but as a punk song, that is actually probably the best one I've written, or one of the best. I will be releasing all the other ones. This one is certainly one of my preachier ones, but I don't think it's bad, but I don't, in my personal opinion, Immediacy is really quite good. This is not the best. I stuck some breakdowns in there, because why not? And I think the breakdowns are probably my favourite bit of the song, just because the lyrics are not the best. I'm purposefully not actually singing properly, but, you know, I couldn't be bothered to, and I think it adds a stylistic thing, but it's not a very good song. Like, it's okay. Then we've got 10,000, don't we? This one. So I just lost 10,000 quid. This is me admitting to being very, very middle class, which I am. I had £10,000 in a child trust fund, and I almost lost it all because I tried to put it in a building society, and they didn't like that. And the people it was called One Family, the website, for Wango. It's all Tony Blair's fault. Everything is Tony Blair's fault. Yeah, so I put all my money was already in there from my parents and my grandparents, and I tried to take it out, but then once I'd taken all the money out, they closed the account, which is like, then the money kind of got left in limbo, and there was no place on this website. I'm explaining the song to you, so you don't even need to go listen to the song now. I will get into the actual song in a moment, which it's pretty good. But yeah, so I did that, and there was no place for me to put a reference number on the bank account, because I rang them up and I'm like, hey, there's no place for me to put a reference number, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it, you'll be fine. But I had been specifically told by the building society that I was going to put it in, and like, yeah, you definitely need that, because otherwise you don't want to lose that much money. But since there was no place for me to do that, I couldn't, and unfortunately the money was temporarily lost. It was found, so actually I should probably make another song. I have 10,000 quid, and I am a rich white middle class person living in the countryside. It's so uncool. It is so uncool. Right. I think I'm going to put this in B tier. I don't know, because the reason I'm going to put this in B tier is because the production on the song is the best on the album. In terms of how stellar the mix sounds, it is definitely the best. The synths that I use, and I've got like a doom 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 doom. I think it's doom doom. Yeah, it's good. It's a catchy little thing. It's funny, and then of course, because it's me, it goes from a little dance pop number into me just going, which you've got to do it at the end of the song. It's like, oh, this is a nice little song, and then you just got to go. Best thing you can do with the song. But yeah, I'll put it in B tier. That will get moved about because it's probably not as good as this, because this, like I said, I have a soft spot for this. It's something of an acquired taste. I've shown it to people and they've gone, the fuck was that? And then I've shown them other stuff and they go, oh yeah, that's actually kind of cool. But yeah, I like this. I don't like this as much, but yeah, the production is much better. I think my vocal performance is actually quite good, considering I'm not singing. I'm just kind of yelling, which I won't do because my mum was on a call in the other room. But yeah, It's pretty good. Now we need to find track 4, which is this one. That was much quicker than the other ones. This I wrote on New Year's Eve, the one just gone, and it was basically, so me and my auntie had done Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, and we did it on karaoke, and I think in hindsight, because my mum filmed it, and I was actually alright. There was the one bit where it's like, you've gotta listen to my words, and then the yeah, which obviously I'm doing a lot quieter, and I'm not doing it anywhere near as high as it is on the recording, and my throat's dry and I need to get a drink, so I couldn't have done that. But this I wrote after doing that because I thought I'd done it really badly, but I listened to it in the morning, the recording, and I actually did really well, like I said. It's just my auntie was the one was ruining it. So yeah, but in the moment I came off stage and I thought, I've done a really bad job of that. And that's the point of karaoke. Karaoke is meant to be fun, but I take things way too seriously because I'm kind of like, I think I wouldn't, it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to say like I'm insecure about my singing. Like I have a vocal range, if you include subharmonics, from a D1 to a D5. I have a really good range and I can belt it as loud as anyone, but it's like just pitch is not my strong suit, which is why I love auto-tune. I used auto-tune on this song. This was the only time I will admit to it, I did melodyne a couple of things because I hadn't sung them and they weren't the best. The vocal performance on this is probably the weakest on the album because I was starting to come down with a cold, which I've still got. Then this was like day one of like, I have a little bit of a cold, but I'm just going to sing it anyway, because this one is the one that I used auto-tune on the most anyway, so it was fine. But yeah, weakest vocal performance. In terms of songwriting, the weakest song on the album, I don't even know what the chords are, but it's 2 chords through the whole song. I do like the chorus. Well, it is a chorus. It's just like a chorus that, rather than being a big section, it kind of just shrinks down. Is just me and my drums, and I stole the drums from The Grudge by Tool. The chorus is in 6, but obviously The Grudge by Tool is in 5. But because I'm going and I just play this a bit like Bleed by Meshuggah. It's just hi-hat and snare, but then the feet are doing something completely different. It's basically that, but I could never in a million years play Bleed, and I don't think it would have fit this song because it's kind of slow. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in a D. I don't know if we've got any other D tier songs on here. We've definitely got some other C tier songs, and so we've got I'm Perfect, which I think is this one. I can't. I'm gonna have to put my other glasses on because I cannot see.
Hey, my glasses! I can't see without them.
Right. Oh, that's so much better. I can actually just look at things now. So, I'm Perfect. I love this song. This is great. I wrote this after having loads of friends like cancel on me with different things, and it's a self-aware song about how I think, like, my friends don't get out of bed. They don't do shit, and I do, and it's really annoying because they're all just happy lying in bed, and I am not. I want to get out and do stuff with my day, and it's kind of made me a little resentful towards them. This is easily going at the top of A tier, I'll just say that now. I also like how from karaoke to I'm Perfect, I added a little acoustic section in the mid, and then it switches to 5/4. The whole song of it, I'm Perfect, is in 5/4, and then it drifts out, and then suddenly you have this song. I thought that was a very nice touch that I did. But yeah, so I'm Perfect is about how I'm much better than my friends because I actually do stuff with my day, but it's self-aware because obviously me going, oh, I'm perfect, look at me, I'm so good, is very I don't know what the word is, arrogant is the word. I'm not going to look up what the lyrics are because I have no idea what they are, because I remember, yeah, and there's that See what I mean? See what I mean about just not being able to stick to one screen at once? Because I can. It's like I'm talking to a person. I mean, I am talking to a person. Hello, you're a person, aren't you? Unless you're a fart. But yeah, you've got that. What the f am I living for? Or what the f are you living for? What the f are you living for? Which is good at the end, because obviously, end of a song, you've got to just go from a nice little and then just you have to. But yeah, so really quite a good song, I think. Let's this is probably a good idea for me to do off camera, isn't it? And then I can look like I actually know what I'm doing. Yeah, I like the lyrics. I feel like they flow together quite well. I can put the lyrics on screen. I mean, there's very few lyrics, because obviously you've got that instrumental section in the middle as well, which I think is quite good. I had to, on the original TikTok short version of the song, I'm singing it out of key. I had to shift, because and then I hum that for the whole thing, and it is not in the same key as it's literally a semitone. For some reason, that instrumental, I decided, oh yeah, I'm just gonna shift the whole song out of key by a semitone and then back in. And the song's in 5/4, and well, the verses are in 4/4, but the chorus is in 5/4. Anyway, yeah, easy A tier. I like that song, and I like the little slide bass part that I came up with. So yeah, that is an A tier. Definitely A tier. Revere. Now this is something special. This is good. It's another 30-second little interlude track, but I think the lyrics. It's a song written from this perspective of a statue of like a slave owner or someone who got a statue for being an imperialistic piece of and it's like this sort of conservative mindset that I've encountered, obviously, in my relatives and things like that, where people will go, oh yeah, well, the empire wasn't great, but we did so much for them, and then they'll say something like, oh yeah, we built their railways. It's like, no, we didn't. We forced them to build the railways and then didn't allow them on the railways that they built unless they were being servants and they were making people dinner on trains. So yeah, it's a song about conservatism. It's a song about this tendency to just respect old things for the sake of that's just what you're supposed to do. And I think this is probably the best showcase of my vocals on the album. There is no Melodyne used, so it is a little microtonal. That's the word I'm going to use because it's politer than saying I'm out of key. It's got subs, like subharmonics. It's got really high belting bits. It's got, yeah, it's a very full representation of my voice, and I think it's a good song. And more poignant social commentary. Anyway, from an S tier. I like the reason I'm putting that in S tier is because I listen to that, and any time that I listen to it, I just have to close my eyes and it gives me goosebumps. And when I've given myself goosebumps from one of my own songs, that's how I know it's good. Anyway, we now have Take No Sh. I really like the intro on this. 11/8. That it's like a very Danny Carey-esque, like. And then that repeats. That was so hard to do. And keeping time with your left foot while you're doing that is not easy. That took me more takes than I counted. I just yeah. But yeah, and then that sort of the octave guitar riff. It's kind of sounds to me black metal-y, but it's a lot. It's like a pentatonic, like a minor pentatonic, I think. Or it might be like, I don't know much music theory, It has like a sort of harmonic minor flavour to it, but it sounds a lot more grand. Like black metal is very like augmented stuff and very dissonant, but this doesn't sound as dissonant. It has the choruses in 7/4 because the chorus is pretty much lifted from Don't Get Close, the Slipknot song on Subliminal Verses. I just know there's that "Don't Get Close," but that's in 4/4, so I put it in 7/4 so it's not stealing. After a certain while, there's that many songs, you kind of just work in the same stuff. I think the Take No Don't Fear the Ego is a far prayer, I think, is not a very good lyric. It's very childish, but I think that was kind of the point, because there's a difference. There's a difference between when I record things, when I'm editing things, and then when I'm listening to it back, I go, you know, I think anybody who makes anything and puts it on the internet will go, I don't know if this is good, this isn't that great, but I'm very much like that. But when I'm writing stuff, or particularly, I had a period of a few weeks where I was just very full of serotonin and was just like kind of angry, playful, and happy, and then that's kind of over the last couple of days, I don't know, and I'll get back there at some point. But yeah, I think I wrote that, and again, it's another song that it's like I'm Perfect, where I'm just kind of going, F everybody else, I'm cool, I'm so much better than everyone, because that is kind of how I feel a lot of the time, because I'm surrounded by lazy people. I think I was going to say the execution is not, sorry the neighbours are banging, not sexually, the hammer. God, they've been doing this for days. Shut up. Yeah, so I think finally I'm going to actually say what I was going to say. The execution is not as good as the concept, because the concept is that the song sort of just fades out into this soundscape of mainly vocals and violins, because I bought a bright pink violin and put a load of stickers on it for 40 quid, which was an absolute steal. I do not know how to play the violin, other than I play guitar, so my left hand, I can do all that stuff. It's just this that I'm really bad at. But that has the first recording of me ever playing violin on it. As in, not the first time I ever played the violin, but the first time I ever recorded myself playing it. And I do quite like the violin parts I came up with. I kind of came up with them on the fly. I think, yeah, the mix is not that great, so when it fades out into this big, wide, reverby thing, it is good. What I wanted to do, I wanted it to be kind of Björk-esque, where my thing with particularly a song like Yoga, it was inspired by, where it feels like, although of course there is a beat, Björk is just kind of yelling the lyrics. Obviously she's got a beautiful voice, and I don't, but she's just going like full force with the vocals and just kind of meandering over it. And I thought, well, I don't even really need a beat for this bit, I just want to kind of encapsulate something like that, which I didn't quite, but it is good. I don't know where I want to put this, because I think I could put it in A tier, purely because the concept is really good. I like the opening. I like the jum 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 da with the harmonic that I play, the tritones and things that I do. I love the drums. The lyric, like the main lyric, isn't that great. I don't know. I am going to put it in A tier, but that's probably going to get bumped down because I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do still think it's quite good. Right, got complaining. Yeah, this is a weird one. This doesn't have any link to the song before it in the album, because what I tried to do is, obviously Immediacy and I Love My Country don't have any real link, but between like I'm Perfect and Karaoke, I put like a little interlude section in there, and between Revere and Techno I kind of wanted Revere to have some space after for you to kind of appreciate it, because I can't listen to anything after that. I just have to go, okay, and then carry on with my day. So I wanted that to fade in. But yeah, I feel like I Love My Country and I Just Lost £1,000 kind of fit together thematically, or in terms of theme, lyrical theme, in terms of what the songs are about, they don't fit together at all. But in terms of the sound, it's like a much more of a synthy and electronic sound. But yeah, between Complaining and Techno, there is no real link. I just couldn't think of anything to put between them. So I did Complaining. Here is a funny story. In fact, I'm gonna redo that. This is gonna get put in a short or a TikTok. Anyway, right. Here's a funny story. Yes, I'm dressed as Anthony Fantano. So I tasked myself with coming up with the most sarcastically boring song possible. It's called Complaining, and it's a sarcastic song about how there are just far too many people with acoustic guitars just whining to themselves, and I'm one of them. But yeah, so I did that, and the chord progression that I came up with was
D major, F sharp minor, and G major.
But it's the same as Across the Universe by the Beatles, which may offend some people who like the Beatles. I do not like the Beatles, hence the boring chord progression. I had never listened to this Beatles song, shocker, until I received a notification from my distributor that I had been claimed. I had in fact not. But the bot that had been sifting through my song, and it had determined that I had sampled Across the Universe by the Beatles, which, no, I just used the same chord progression as it. And admittedly, the song does sound kind of similar, but the song also has a death metal screaming bit at the end and some fat riffage. But yeah, that's hilarious. Anyway, so I've just explained the song. It's not the most profound thing. I don't know. I could put it at the top of B tier. Or I could put it in A tier. Because I have got that big, long, 45 seconds scream. So technically, as in the technical aspect of me being able to scream for that long is quite impressive, I think. Why not? No, actually, yeah, that's much better than Take No Shit, actually. I think I will keep it behind I'm Perfect. The mix is better on Complaining, but I'm Perfect I just like more. Disagree. This was initially written for me to be able to play the drums, the bass, and the vocals at the same time. I can't do that. It's another of my punk songs where it comes off as kind of preachy. Because it is. It's a song about my friends being interested in the Joe Rogan experience and psychedelics and stuff, and deciding, oh, I'm going to be a conservative. But then it's also about people who think that because they're older than you, they just have more gravitas to what they're saying, and they just know best, which they don't. And that's where the whole "who am I to disagree with you, bleeding majesty" comes from. So yeah, it is not the most profound song. I think the verses in 9/8 really does add something to it, because then you've just got the on the second fret, the E string. I don't know what it is about that particular just it's the but it's not, because I don't have the little thing that is in the Mudvayne song. But yeah. Disagree. That's gonna. I'm getting through this a bit quicker now. That's gonna be a B tier. That's gonna go above Immediacy, I think, because it is a better song, and it has more impressive vocals towards the end, and then it goes into this sort of swung 6/4 bit with a little sort of jazzy vocal thing, and also the beat matching that I put on this. I beat matched it to the next song, "King a Corpse." This is probably the song that I wrote the last on the album, and I really like how I've done the doom doom doom, and then it just carries on. And I think so. The lyrics in this song are about it's kind of about how you can't make it in music anymore without at least being in the music industry proper, as in being under Spotify's thumb or under a record label, which I'm not. I would like to be, but I'm not. And so it's about how it's not just about that, it's about the music industry, but it's also about how a lot of major industries, because that's just the way things are, people cling to them and continue, as much as it's detrimental to the world, to themselves, to each other. People continue with the same systems because they think that it will help them make it. And I'm, again, kind of the same. I would like to be in a record label. I want to be successful. But then it's about my anxiety of, am I going to get success? Hopefully. But then in order to do so, I will have to go through the same systems and trample on other people, because that's how capitalism works, to get all bread tube on your ass. But yeah, it's about that. And King Corpse is like I don't know who I've heard say it, but it's like a thing. I mean, it's a very British expression, shing. But it's about shing corpse, or flogging a dead horse, is, you know, you just keep going with the same and even though it doesn't work for you, which is, of course, Einstein's definition of insanity. This is going to go, in terms of lyrical content, it's actually good. The sort of just very stripped back, 4 on the floor beat with me rapping, and I think my rapping in this song is not bad. I'm going to stick it there. Because, yeah, and then the chorus has, I think, the highest notes on the album. I go right to the top of my, so the first chorus is obviously the I have that, but then at the end, and I'm not even going to try and do it now because, like I said, I'm ill, but it's like way at the top of my vocal range, and I thought that was very impressive. Oh, and we've not even got onto the breakdown. That's one of the grooviest breakdowns I think I've come up with. Because I came up with a riff a while ago. That riff, I came up with a while ago, and then the bass just came naturally to me. Because I hadn't got the bass down, and then I remembered that right at the end of recording, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to get the bass down. And then that riff just poured out of me, and I'm like, oh, it's so good. It's such a good riff. I am really proud of that one. Because it's just such a weird thing. I think it sounds, to me, it sounds kind of Skunk Anansie-ish, where you've got, I don't know why, because there's not that, I mean, there's bits of slap bass in their discography, but it's not really something that they do. But just having a bass line that complements the guitar but doesn't follow it whatsoever, I think, yeah. And the bass tone on that as well, my bass tone usually is just DI capture. I'm just that good. No, I turned the tone knob down a little bit. I mean, I've got a Gear for Music bass, but it's just an absolute powerhouse. So anyway, yeah, that deserves top of 8, I think. And this, I'm going to say, is the best song on the album. It's going to go right up there. Yeah, it's another song about me. It's a song about me trying to, I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to be successful with music, but it's kind of, my expectations have not been met. Like the stuff like I'm Perfect, these short sorts of songs that I wrote were purposefully short because I'm thinking, I can put these on TikTok. So in a way, a lot of this album has been written with TikTok in mind and with YouTube Shorts in mind, because I was thinking, if I write songs that are dead short and somewhat catchy, then I can just post them and they'll just get a few thousand views, and then I'll get noticed by someone. And that has not happened. I have been scraping by on a couple of hundred views, and I've had to use YouTube promotions to do anything, which I can't do, which is a whole nother thing, and it's a whole nother video that I've already made, that I can't actually promote stuff because I swear I'm British, and because it contains political things. But yeah. Oh yeah, and that video about me getting censored, I reposted it because it got 10 views and since got 1 view, which is funny. Yeah, Run Before You Can Walk. I am rambling here. Run Before You Can Walk. Very good song. If you've seen the original TikTok, it's just me and my Telecaster. But then I added the drum part, and then I just kind of went a bit mental with the drums on that song, and it sounds really good. Again, I think the highest note is a B4, but the chorus the first chorus is a G4, then it goes up to an A4 to match the power chords, and it is very, very good. I used a lot of minor sixths in there. No, major sixths, to make it a bit more interesting rather than just having like power chords, because everything is in drop D. I cannot write anything that isn't in drop D. So yeah, some impressive vocals, and then at the end you have some big fat riffage. That I don't know how I wrote that on. I wrote it on an acoustic guitar. How did I write that riff on an acoustic guitar? It's just it's not that heavy. It's just very big. Like it doesn't sound right on an acoustic. And an electric, when you've got that much distortion, it's just. But otherwise, no. And then that section at the end, it's just, what is it? I think it's like a D minor or something like that, the saddest of all chords, and I just sort of climb down, and then I'm flicking the your mum. I'm flicking the control toggle between the neck and bridge pickups, and that adds a little bit of modulation to it, and then I just fades out. Excellent. That is a very good song, and I am very happy putting that in S tier. That's possibly one of the best songs that I've written, and it just absolutely so. Let's have a look at the listing that I've got here. Don't know if I disagree. I think I've put Take No Shit too high. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to put Disagree there. I Just Lost 10,000 Quid could probably go there, to be honest. Because as good as the production is, and it's kind of catchy, I really do have a soft spot for immediacy. And I don't think this is quite on the same level of... No, I am going to put it there, because, yeah. I've been very positive on myself with this listing, because these songs are not all that good. But, well, this is good, this is good. This this and this could... No. I think I am right. I'm going to put everything in B and then do that. There we go. Right. That's excusable. I've not been too kind on myself there. There we go. So that is the official album listing. Everything's still in the same order that it was. Karaoke's still at the bottom because it's a crap song. And this is still at the top because it is an amazing song. That concludes this very self-indulgent video. I'm not sure what the watch time is, but I know that it's well over half an hour, which feels like far too long to make a tier list of 11 songs. But I have also been explaining myself for all of my creative decisions. So that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or don't. What else am I supposed to ask you to do? Leave a like and a comment. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye. Oh yeah, and I actually forgot to give the album a rating, so I'm going to give it 5, right in the middle of 5, not like a strong 5, not a light 5, just right in the middle of 5, because it's got 2 really, really good things, and then it's got 1, like, it's not great, and then it's got 2 songs that are just okay, nothing particularly great, but most of the album sits at a B tier, like right in the middle. So I think right in the middle is an apt rating. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye.